You've been asleep too long. Eyes open, heart numb, soul sedated by comfort, fear, distraction, and lies. You've been spoon-fed since you were old enough to believe them. Every day you hit snooze, not just on your alarm, but on your potential, your future, your power. You wake up, but you don't wake up. You move through life like it owes you something, like the world's gonna hand you success just for showing up. Let me tell you something real. No one's coming to save you. Not your boss, not your family, not your friends. It's on you. Every inch forward, every ounce of progress, every shred of greatness, you earn that. And you don't earn it once, you earn it daily. You grind when you're broken. You push when you're empty. You rise when everything in you says stay down. And the second you forget that, the second you fall back into that lazy, safe, soft version of yourself, you lose ground. And the world doesn't wait for losers. You think discipline is some optional lifestyle? It's not. It's survival. It's war. And you're fighting a battle every single day. Against weakness, against doubt, against the comfort that kills kings. There's a voice in your head whispering that you're tired, that you've done enough, that you deserve a break. That voice is a liar. It wants you soft, it wants you to shrink, it wants you to be average. But deep down, there's another voice, one that roars, one that says, I'm not done, I'm not finished, I'm just getting started. That voice doesn't care about yesterday's wins or last night's failures. It only cares about what you're doing right now. That voice is your truth. That's who you are. Not this version that doubts and scrolls and complains. No, you are a weapon. You are a monster waiting to be unleashed. You are capable of violence against weakness, of warfare against limitation, of domination in any arena you step into. But only if you choose it every single day. You want to know why you're stuck? Why you're watching other people pass you, build things, rise up, shine, while you're still standing in the same damn place? Because you keep waiting for the right time. You keep saying you'll start tomorrow. You keep treating your life like it's some rehearsal, like you've got forever to figure it out. Let me make it real for you. You don't. You are dying. Time is bleeding out and you're standing there holding a bandage, hoping for a miracle. Wake the hell up. You've been distracted by noise, caught up in opinions, busy chasing validation instead of domination. You don't need approval. You need action. You need pain. You need resistance. That's where you build the muscle that matters. Mental, physical, spiritual. That's where the elite are made, not in safe spaces, not in padded rooms, but in the fire, in the chaos, in the grind that makes average men tap out. You want to be built different? Then be different. You want change? Then change something. Stop talking about it. Stop journaling about it. Stop vision boarding your dreams into oblivion. Take a breath and move. Make a call. Do the rep. Finish the damn task. Because all the therapy, motivation, and self-help books in the world won't mean a damn thing if you still choose comfort over commitment. Comfort is the graveyard where ambition dies. You don't grow when it's easy. You grow when it's unbearable. And yeah, it's gonna hurt. It's supposed to. Growth is pain. Rebirth is violence. You've got to bleed for who you want to become. You've got to bury who you've been. That soft version of you. That one who makes excuses, who blames others, who hides from risk. Kill him. Put him 6 feet under. Let him rot. Because the man you're meant to be, he's not coming unless the weak one dies. You hear me? It's you or him. And don't sit here asking for motivation like it's some magic bullet. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is the fuel. You think lions wake up and look for motivation to hunt? No. They hunt because it's who they are. And that's the shift you need. You stop doing it for results and you start doing it because it's identity. Because it's embedded in your blood that this is what you do. You don't quit. You don't back down. You don't skip days. You show up even when it sucks, even when you're tired, especially when you're tired, because that's when it counts the most. Anyone can grind when it's sunny and quiet and things are going well, but when you're drowning in stress, in doubt, in pressure, that's when the real ones rise. That's where men are forged. In pressure, not peace. You keep waiting for clarity, but the truth is clarity comes through movement. Stop waiting. Act. Burn the boats. Cut off the exits. Decide who you are and go all in. Want to be disciplined? Start doing disciplined shit. Want to be confident? Start keeping promises to yourself. Want to be unstoppable? Then be someone who doesn't stop. Stack those wins minute by minute, hour by hour. Build a wall of proof so high that not even your darkest days can tear it down. Because life doesn't care about your feelings. It respects results. It respects work. And the brutal truth? So do you. Deep down you know who you're supposed to be. You've seen glimpses of it. In the mirror, in the gym, in those quiet moments where your soul screams for more. So stop running. Stop numbing. Stop playing small. Wake the hell up. You weren't born to be mediocre. You weren't built for safety. You were made to take hits and keep swinging. Made to fail forward. Made to suffer, adapt, and overcome. You are built from the same blood and bone as kings, warriors, legends. You just forgot. And now, right now, it's time to remember. You don't need more time. You need more urgency. You think you've got years to figure this out, to start tomorrow, to fix it someday. Wake up. People die with dreams still in their heads. They die with music unwritten, books unread, businesses unbuilt, bodies untrained, families unfed. They die soft, comfortable, full of potential and regret. You want that to be you? You want to be the guy who tells his kids about what could have been, or the one who shows them what's possible when you burn for something so hard it scares everyone around you. You've got to move like your life depends on it, because it does. That goal, that version of yourself you fantasize about at night, he's real, he's out there, but he's not going to come find you. You have to hunt him down, and you don't do that sitting in your feelings, waiting to feel ready. You do that by deciding that your excuses no longer get a vote. Start talking to yourself like a savage, like a soldier. No more coddling, no more soft talk. It's not I'm tired, it's I'm built for this. It's not I'm scared, it's I attack anyway. No one cares how you feel. Your emotions don't get to dictate your effort. That's where most people fall. They give their emotions too much power. But you rise above that. You train your mind to obey. Because if you don't control your thoughts will control you. And weak thoughts lead to weak actions. Weak actions lead to a weak life. And I don't care how rich or pretty or popular you are, a weak life is a wasted one. So rewire yourself. Wake up every morning with one mission. Earn it. Earn your confidence. Earn your self-respect. Earn your body, your mind, your freedom. No one's giving it to you. This world takes from the passive and rewards the aggressive. Be aggressive. Some days no one will clap. No one will care. That's good. That's fuel. Let them doubt you. Let them laugh. Let them overlook you. They won't be laughing when you've rebuilt yourself into a force of nature. They won't be laughing when your discipline turns into dominance. You have to be okay with being overlooked now so you can be unforgettable later. You want to make noise in this world? Then grind in silence until the world can't ignore you. You get stronger by being counted out. You get sharper by doing the hard shit when no one's watching. The gym at 4 a.m. The books while others are partying. The sacrifice no one sees. The lonely nights. The missed weekends. That's what champions are built on. That's what legends are made of. Not luck, grit. Not dreams, execution. You want peace? Then earn peace. You want respect? Then be worth respecting. You want power? Then take control of the only thing that's ever been yours. You. Your mind, your habits, your actions, your discipline. That's the kingdom. That's the battlefield. That's the war. And it starts today. Not when it's convenient. Not after the new year. Now. Because this world isn't waiting. It's moving. Fast. And if you're not moving with it, harder, louder, stronger, then you're being moved by fear, by weakness, by someone else's rules, someone else's clock, someone else's idea of who the hell you're supposed to be. And let me be real with you, that's slavery. That's what it looks like when you give up your authority. That's what happens when you silence the voice inside you that says, I was made for more. You weren't put here to pay bills and tiptoe quietly to your grave. You were put here to shake the ground when you sea walk, to be undeniable, to be unbreakable, to be the reason others step up because your example makes their excuses look pathetic. But you can't do that if you're still hiding, still playing small, still looking for shortcuts, still thinking someone's going to tap you on the shoulder and give you permission. Here's your permission. Wake the hell up. Stand up. Look in the mirror and remember who you are. Or if you've never known, decide. Decide to become dangerous, disciplined, relentless. Decide that no one will ever outwork you, outlast you, outbleed you. Decide that you are the hardest mother buddy in every room you walk into, not because of your muscles or your mouth, but because of your mind. That's the real edge. Not talent, not luck, not genetics. It's grit, it's fire. It's hunger that doesn't go away just because you had one good day or one good month. That hunger, it's forever. And if you want to build something legendary, it has to be. You've got to stop treating life like a warm-up. This is the game. You get one shot, one life, one legacy. And right now, you're either building it or burning it. There's no middle. There's no balance. Balance is for people who want average. You're here because average makes your skin crawl, because you've tasted regret and you never want to swallow that again. You're here because something in you knows this isn't it. This life you've been coasting through. You want the edge, you want the fire. You want to know what it feels like to give every ounce of yourself to a mission so big it scares you. And I'm telling you, that version of you is possible. But only if you bury the coward. Only if you silence the victim. Only if you finally stand up and say, enough, this is where it changes. Then listen close, because this part is where most people quit. Right here. The moment where the weight gets heavy, the grind gets ugly, and the world gets quiet. This is where they fall back, make excuses, start whining about burnout and balance. But not you. You're not built for the easy way out. You're not built for rest when the mission is still in motion. You're built to keep pushing when the tank's empty, to claw forward when your legs give out, to fight with bloody knuckles and spit in the face of every limitation that tries to hold you back. You don't coast, you conquer. You don't wish, you win. That's the difference between them and you. They want results without the scars. You want the scars, because scars mean you showed up, you fought, you earned your place. Look around, the world is full of men who quit on themselves. Grown men with excuses as big as their egos, sitting on dreams like they're museum pieces instead of weapons they were meant to wield. Don't be one of them. Don't join the army of cowards who blame traffic, politics, their parents, the economy, anyone but themselves. If you're still breathing, you're still in the fight. And if you're still in the fight, then the only question is, how bad do you want it? How far are you willing to go to become what you were born to be? Will you bleed for it? Will you sweat for it? Will you suffer alone while everyone else is asleep, building silently, brick by brick, until your legacy is loud enough to shake mountains? Every champion you admire, every warrior, every legend, they were made in silence, in suffering, in pain no one clapped for. You want that level? Then you better stop chasing applause and start chasing war. Not war with the world, war with the weak version of yourself that's been running the show for too long. The one who hits snooze, the one who ghosts responsibility, the one who folds under pressure and thinks good enough is a strategy. You've got to kill him, and you've got to kill him every day, because he grows back. He whispers. He waits for you to get tired, to lose focus, to get distracted by comfort. But if you're truly locked in, if you're hungry enough, then there's no room for him to breathe. You hear that? That's the sound of your former life dying. That's the sound of soft, safe, passive done. That's the sound of a new chapter being carved out in your blood, your will, your work. From here on out, you answer to no one but the mission. From here on out, you don't beg for results. You break yourself until they have no choice but to show up. Your legacy doesn't wait. It's being written now, right here. In these moments when it's hard, when it hurts, when the old you wants to quit and the real you says, not today, not ever. Good, because if you're still here, still locked in, still hungry, then that fire inside you isn't just a flicker, it's a furnace. And furnaces don't quit. Furnaces don't whine. Furnaces burn until there's nothing left but steel. That's who you are now, steel, unbreakable. Not because life got easier, but because you got harder. Because you stopped negotiating with your lesser self. You stopped asking for permission. You stopped needing a reason. Now you move because that's what killers do. No more maybe later. No more I'll start Monday. That mindset is for quitters, for the crowd, for people who live on the sidelines and call it safety. You don't need safety. You need fire. You need forward. You want to change your life? Change what you tolerate. Raise your standard. Don't just say I want it. Prove it in every choice, every action, every rep. Do the hard things, especially when no one's looking. Get up when you're wrecked. Do one more when your body says no. Take cold showers. Run in the rain. Read when you're tired. Lift when you're broken. Because that pain, that's the price. That's the toll to cross into a version of yourself so strong, so focused, so undeniable. No one can stop you. You won't even recognize the man you used to be. You'll look back and think, I can't believe I ever lived like that. Half in, half dead. You want to know what separates winners from everyone else? One thing. They show up anyway. When it's inconvenient. When it's dark. When it's lonely. When it makes no sense to keep going. That's the moment most people fold. That's the moment the average man taps out and blames his circumstances. But you see that moment and smile, because you've been preparing for that exact second. You've been sharpening the blade while they were scrolling. You've been doing the reps while they were talking. You've been bleeding in silence, so one day you can roar in front of the world. Not for approval, not for applause, for impact. Because that's what this is all about. The impact you make with your life. Not the likes, not the trends, the legacy. The wake you leave behind when your name is mentioned. So now the question is simple. Are you done pretending? Are you ready to go full savage? To step into your pain like a soldier and make it your altar? To rise so violently out of your old life that the people who used to know you don't even recognize your walk, your eyes, your work ethic, your damn presence. Because that's what's waiting on the other side of this grind. Power. Not the fake kind. Not the filtered kind. The kind that can't be bought, can't be taught, can't be faked. The kind that's earned. This is it. This is the season of no excuses. Of locked jaw. Of tight fists. Of cold eyes and burning hearts. And if you don't wake the hell up now, then when? If you don't flip the switch and go full beast mode today, then what the hell are you even doing here? If you've ever wondered about the real story behind this channel, how I went from struggling and lost to motivating thousands of people every single day, now's your chance to hear it. I've shared my full journey, all the ups and downs, in a special audio and PDF just for you. If you want to get inspired and learn how I turned my life around, check out the link in the pinned comment. Your breakthrough might be just one story away. No days off. That's not a slogan, not a hashtag, not a shirt you wear to look the part. It's a way of life, a choice you make when the alarm hits and your body says no, when your mind says, take it easy, but you don't, you won't, because average isn't enough. Okay isn't the goal. You want more. You're chasing something bigger than comfort, You're chasing greatness, and greatness doesn't take days off. Most people work when it's easy, when they feel like it, when the sun's out, when life's smooth. But champions grind when it's dark, when it's raining, when they're alone, with no crowd, no applause, no one watching. No days off means showing up whether anyone sees it or not, whether it's fun or not. It means your mind is trained to do the work, no matter how you feel, because feelings lie. Discipline doesn't wait for permission. There'll be days when everything screams quit, legs heavy, back tight, spirit drained. Those are the days that shape you. Days you either fold or rise. No days off is a war cry, a line in the sand, a refusal to pause, retreat, or let fatigue call the shots. It's saying, I won't stop. Not now. Not ever. Talk is cheap. Most people want it until it's time to work. They love goals, but live in the comfort zone. Not you. You don't wait for motivation. You create it. You earn it. You bleed for it. Because no days off isn't just about grind. It's about becoming unbreakable. Someone who doesn't flinch when it's hard. Someone who doesn't need validation to keep going. Success doesn't care if you're tired, broke, lonely, or lost. It rewards consistency. Showing up when it's boring, when it's hard, when it's thankless. That's no days off. Bringing your best on your worst day. Building something real, something earned. No shortcuts, no handouts, just effort. People won't get it. They'll call you obsessed, say you should relax, find balance. But they don't hear the war inside you, the hunger, the voice whispering, you were made for more. You're not in it for likes. You're in it to build, to grow. And growth lives under pressure. No days off doesn't mean you never rest. It means rest is earned. It means even in recovery you're locked in, mind sharp, vision clear, you've tasted progress, and now you're addicted. Once you know what's possible, average is no longer an option. The secret to success, it's not talent, not luck, not connections, it's work. It's showing up, over and over. Even when it's dull, even when it's lonely, you work, you move forward, you slack, you stay stuck. That's the truth. While the world sleeps, you grind. While others party, you put in reps. When they look for comfort, you choose discipline. That's how champions are made. You want a better life? Be better. Lead better. Do it, especially when you don't want to. There are no 0 days. You don't go to bed without progress. One page, one push-up, one decision. Doesn't matter how small, doesn't matter how tired. You move, you show up, you hold the line. That's the difference. You weren't made to fit in. You weren't built to coast. There's something in you that refuses to die quiet. That fire, it wakes you up, keeps you up, pushes you through the pain, and you feed it with action, not comfort. People will call you intense, ask why you work so hard, why you won't relax, and you'll smile because they're right. You are obsessed, obsessed with better, obsessed with potential, obsessed with making your life count. Once you taste your own power, Good enough is never enough again. You want freedom? Earn it. Respect? Build it. Pride? Sweat for it. Peace? Fight for it. No days off until you get it. And after that, still no days off. Because once you build it, you protect it. And then, you raise the bar. No days off isn't about collapse. It's about momentum. Relentless motion. Training your mind, not just your body. Building commitment. Building follow-through. You stop negotiating with excuses. You take control. One decision at a time. No days off means you're done bargaining. Done saying, I'll start tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. Not for someone who's serious about rising, evolving, and leaving a mark that echoes. You're not here to take up space. You're here to move mountains. And mountains don't move for people who sleep in or flinch under pressure. They move for the ones who push, who persist, who keep going when their legs shake and lungs burn. They move for you if you earn it. When you're doing it right, it feels lonely. You'll be misunderstood, misjudged, mocked. Let them talk, let them laugh, because in the silence of your grind, in the sweat of your sacrifice, you're building something they'll never understand. They'll see the results later. They'll pretend they believed in you, but deep down, they'll know. They quit. You didn't. They waited for shortcuts. You paved your own way. No days off is a mindset. A relentless, bulletproof mindset that doesn't fold under pressure. You don't wait for the clock or the right vibe. You move because your goals demand it. Because your potential is out there yelling, let's go. Feel like you're not good enough? Like you don't have it? That voice in your head saying, you're not ready. That's the test. Most people fold there, not you. You stare it down and say, watch me. Watch me show up scared, show up tired, show up unsure, and still dominate. It's not about perfection. It's about consistency. You keep showing up until doubt shuts up, until that voice in your head starts to believe because your actions leave it no choice. No days off means ownership. This is your life. No one's coming. Not your parents, not your friends, not your mentor. It's on you. So own it. Own the pain. Own the setbacks. Own the schedule, the climb, the outcome. It won't be pretty, but it'll be real. And real is what builds greatness. You'll fall, you'll fail, you'll bleed. Good. Winners don't skip pain, they learn from it. They use it. They look at the scar and say, now I know where the edge is. Now I go past it. You won't always feel strong, but strength isn't a feeling, it's a decision, a habit. It's showing up when you'd rather hide, writing the plan when your brain is fried, holding the line when no one's watching. That's the grind. That's the edge. Think the top dogs are special. They're not. They just do what others won't. While you hesitate, they execute. While you make excuses, they find a way. They made peace with discomfort. You need to do the same. Be okay with being misunderstood, with being the lone wolf, with saying no when everyone else says yes. That's the cost. And it's worth it. No days off means habits so deep, laziness can't survive. You don't ask, should I work today? You already decided. You don't skip just because no one would know. You would know, and that's enough. Because discipline is built in the quiet, in the dark, alone. It's not just about winning. It's about becoming someone who refuses to lose, who refuses to be average, who fights for goals that matter, your goals, not someone else's, yours. So treat them like they mean everything, because they do. And if they don't, that's the problem. Make them matter. You don't need permission to be great, or applause. You need grit. You need no days off. You need to look in the mirror and say, I earned today. And if not, you don't sleep until you do. That's the bar now. That's the standard. No more average. No more waiting. You move now. Tired, scared, unprepared. You don't wait for conditions. You create them. You don't ask. You take. Every minute, every rep, every inch, forward. Keep your vision locked, standards high, mind sharp. There is no plan B. You chose this. You chose to be a builder, a machine, a warrior. So move like it. Wake up and go to war with comfort. Crush excuses. Kill distractions. And when they ask what your secret is, just smile and say, no days off. No days off is about winning the war in your head before the world sees a single result. You don't wait for permission. You don't wait for motivation. You don't wait for things to line up. You show up. You clock in. You outwork everyone, especially the old you. That version is gone. Buried. You're different now. You're focused. You're dangerous. You don't flinch. Every day the world gives you a choice. Grow or stay safe. Most people shrink. They pick comfort, excuses, average. Not you. You're here to conquer, to rise. You know the truth. Nothing great comes easy. The grind isn't punishment. It's the price. The pain isn't the enemy. It's the currency. You pay now to cash in later. The price is high. The reward is higher. You see what others ignore. You hear the voice saying, don't settle. While they're scrolling, binging, wasting time, you're stacking wins. You're building discipline like a fortress, guarding your time, your energy, your focus, because your life depends on it. This is your one shot. Why coast when you've got what it takes to be elite? Want to respect the person in the mirror? Build a legacy your future self will thank you for? Then earn it. Day by day, decision by decision, sweat by sweat. You want to walk into any room like you own it. Not because someone gave you a shot, but because you built yourself to belong there. And stop waiting. Start working. No days off doesn't mean you never fall. It means you never stay down. You'll doubt. You'll stumble. But you get back up faster. You hit back harder. That's resilience. That's the difference between starters and finishers. You don't need the most talent. You need the most grit. And what's on the other side of all this? Peace. Confidence. Power. The peace of keeping your word. The confidence that comes from doing the hard things. The power of being unstoppable. You don't stumble into that. You don't find it on your phone or in your comfort zone. You earn it on the days you want to quit, but don't. Every time you work through the discomfort, every rep, every step, every page, you're voting for your future. Momentum isn't magic, it's built, brick by brick. Stack them until doubt can't reach you, until fear taps out, until the old you wouldn't even recognize who you've become. This life doesn't owe you anything, but you owe you. You owe the younger version of yourself who dreamed bigger, the future version who's counting on you, the people who doubted you, but more than anyone you owe it to you, to show up, to deliver, not for applause, not for awards, for your own standard. No days off means you build until the end, until your last breath, because greatness doesn't retire, it's passed on. Your grind becomes someone else's permission. Your story becomes someone else's reason to believe. That's the legacy, not what you had, but what you built. Let them talk. Let them laugh. Let them doubt. They'll never understand what it's like to have a dream that keeps you up and a mission that gets you up. They won't get it until the results hit, until the work, the pain, the silence becomes impossible to ignore. You're not here to be liked. You're here to be legendary. You don't owe comfort a damn thing. Comfort has lied to you, told you to take it easy, that you've done enough, that quitting in private doesn't count. But what has comfort ever built? What's it ever made legendary? Nothing. Comfort is the graveyard of greatness. You don't get strong sitting still. You don't earn a name by avoiding struggle. You build it by showing up, again and again, even when every part of you wants to quit. No days off isn't about burning out. It's about burning down your excuses, killing the weak version of you, the lazy one, the distracted one, every time you train, study, work, or just take the next step. You're not just building something, you're burying something. Every action is a funeral for the person you used to be. Life doesn't wait. It doesn't slow down because you're tired or unsure. It moves. And if you're not moving with it, you're falling behind. Every second you hesitate, someone else is grinding. Someone else is getting sharper while you stall. That should piss you off. That should light a fire. Because nobody's handing you the life you want. You've got to take it, inch by inch. Fight like your back's against the wall. Because it is. Most people wait. They wait for a sign, for motivation, for the right time. But clarity comes after action. Motivation shows up after discipline. You go first. You move when it's hard, when it's unclear, when it's boring. That's the difference. That's the separator. Beasts move. Always. There's nothing flashy about showing up every day. No medals, no spotlights, just work. But that's where greatness lives. In the reps no one sees, the choices no one celebrates. That's what makes you undeniable. Not your noise, your consistency. No days off means every day counts. No throwaways. No just one day mentality. Because one skipped session, one unchecked excuse, that's how cracks form. And cracks invite weakness. You don't leave cracks. You seal them with grit, with purpose, with relentless discipline. Doubt yourself? Good. Let it fuel you. Let it drive you to silence the noise with proof. You're not here to be soft. You're not here to hide. You're here to test your limits and shatter them. To stare down every flaw and say, I'm coming anyway. Make your weaknesses afraid of you. No days off is setting a standard, and never lowering it. Not for friends, not for family, not for fatigue. Your standard becomes your code. When life hits hard, you don't flinch. You hold the line. You answer. You want better? Act like it. Work like it. Talk less. Grind more. Dream big, but back it up. With hours. With pain. With consistency. And don't you dare complain about results you didn't earn. No days off isn't punishment. It's privilege. You get to chase a goal. You get to grow. Because you're alive. Because your story isn't done. And as long as you've got breath, you've got a job to do. A mission to fulfill. A higher level to reach. So don't sit. Don't coast. Move. Every day is a gift. Every rep, a choice. Every task, a brick. Build with intent. Build with fire. Build something unbreakable. The weak will fall off. The lazy will fade. But you're still standing, still climbing, still pushing forward, no matter the distance, no matter the pain. You're not here for ordinary. You're here for impact, for legacy, for that one moment when you look back and say, I gave it everything. That's the win. That's the goal. That's what No Days Off is all about. You want to change your life? Then do the damn work. That's it. That's the whole secret. There's no shortcut, no hack, no magic trick, no guru, no app. No morning routine will save you if you don't put in the damn work. You can sit around all day journaling your dreams, reading self-help quotes, visualizing success, praying for signs, hoping the universe gives you a break. But at the end of the day, if you don't move your feet, nothing moves. People talk too much. They dream out loud and act in silence, backwards. They want to be great, but they don't want to sweat. They want the glory, but not the grind. They want the six-pack, the millions, the freedom, the legacy, but they can't even get up on time. They scroll and wish, watch others do it, comment on their grind, but when it's time to put up or shut up, they disappear. Discipline is the difference. Everyone feels motivated now and then. That's easy. It's nothing. Motivation is a mood. Discipline is a decision. The people who win in life, the people who build themselves from the ground up, they're not more talented. They're not lucky. They're not special. They just outlast everyone. They shut up, show up, and do the damn work when no one's watching. When it sucks, when they're tired, when they're broke, when they're depressed, when everything in them is screaming to quit. Do you understand how rare that is? Most people don't make it, not because they can't. They don't make it because they won't. They're allergic to effort. They're scared of discomfort. They'd rather protect their ego and get embarrassed trying. They'd rather feel safe than feel powerful. They'd rather lie about who they are than bleed for who they could become. Do the damn work. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. It's not coming. Stop making excuses. You're not too old. You're not too young. You're not too busy. You're not too broke. You're just not committed yet. Stop playing with your potential like it's a toy. That fire inside you, that voice whispering you could be more, it doesn't go away. It just rots. And one day you'll wake up full of regret, looking back at all the times you could have started and didn't, all the windows you let close, all the times you flinched, all the times you hesitated and lost. This world doesn't owe you clarity. It doesn't owe you a path. It doesn't owe you opportunity. You have to make your own door. And that door gets built with pain repetition, consistency, and patience. Not talk, not vibes, not positive thinking. Work. Do the damn work. You want to change your body? Eat better. Train hard. No shortcuts. No one else can do your push-ups. You want more money? Learn a skill. Build something. Add value. Show up when you don't feel like it. You want peace? Earn it. Clean your room. Fix your relationships. Set boundaries. Face yourself in the mirror. Own your mess. You don't get to complain about results you didn't earn. You don't get to cry about outcomes when you avoided the process. The world rewards one thing: execution. Not intention, not ideas, not inspiration. Execution. Who can show up when it's boring, hard, unfair, lonely, heavy, and still push? You can talk about purpose all day long, but until your habits reflect your hunger, it's all fake, all noise. Do you wake up ready to go to war for your life? Or do you hit snooze and pray tomorrow feels better? You don't need a life coach. You need a calendar. You need a whiteboard. You need a notebook and a mirror. Write it down. What do you want? What's it worth to you? What are you willing to give up for it? How many nights are you willing to sacrifice? How many weekends? How many parties? How many people are you willing to let go of to become who you're supposed to be? The person you're trying to become is already inside you, but they're trapped under your laziness, your fear, your comfort, your distractions. You need to break that version out with hard, unrelenting, daily effort. Do the damn work. That means waking up earlier. That means turning off the TV. That means cutting out the junk, the people, the places that drain you. That means studying when your brain hurts. That means hitting the gym when your body aches. That means doing what you said you were going to do, even when every cell in your body screams for a break. Nobody's coming to save you. Not your parents, not your partner, not your boss, not your followers. It's on you, always has been. You either build the life you want, or you settle for the one that's given to you. There is no middle, no comfort zone that doesn't rot. The second you stop growing, you start dying. That's not poetic, that's reality. You either evolve or decay, and the bridge between who you are and who you could be is built with sweat. You think the people at the top are smarter than you, more gifted? No, they're just too obsessed to quit. They treat every day like it matters. Every rep, every call, every page, every step, they add up. While others sleep, they build. While others blame, they own. While others whine, they win. Do the damn work. And don't do it for the applause. Don't do it for the post. Don't do it to prove anyone wrong. Do it because you owe yourself more than what you've been giving. Do it because you want to be proud when you look in the mirror. Do it because you don't want to die wondering what could have happened if you just stayed consistent for once in your life. There will be pain. There will be sacrifice. There will be days you want to burn everything down. There will be setbacks. There will be doubt. But if you push through that long enough, you earn something no one can take from you: self-respect. You do the damn work even when nobody claps, even when it's silent, when it's cold, when it's raining, when your friends forgot you, when the world moved on. You do it anyway. Why? Because you said you would. Because you're not the kind of person who needs a round of applause to keep a promise to yourself. If your goals depend on hype, you're already lost. Hype fades. What stays is the grind. The rituals, the early mornings, the late nights, the skipped parties, the canceled plans, the focused mind. You do the work, until the work becomes you, until you forget how to stop, until quitting feels like lying. We live in a world that rewards the loud, but respects the consistent. The quiet beast building behind the scenes gets further than the show-off screaming for attention. That's real power, the kind that doesn't need to talk, the kind that moves in silence and lets the results scream. You think because it's hard, it's not meant for you? Wrong. It's hard because it's meant to be earned. That's what makes it real. That's what makes it worth it. If you didn't have to bleed for it, you wouldn't respect it. If it was given to you, you'd drop it the second it got uncomfortable. Pain is part of the process, not a punishment, not a sign to quit. It's the entrance fee. It's the toll booth on the road to greatness. You're supposed to struggle. You're supposed to doubt. You're supposed to fall. The only thing you're not supposed to do is quit. You don't stop because it hurts. You stop when it's done. Let them underestimate you. Let them think you're crazy. Let them laugh. Just don't let them be right. You've got something inside you no one sees, not yet. But if you keep showing up, every damn day, that version of you will break through, not overnight, but in time. And when it does, they'll act like they always knew. They'll say, I always believed in you. Lie, they didn't. You did. And that's all that ever mattered. This is about owning your life, not renting it, not leasing it from other people's opinions, not outsourcing it to comfort and trends and clout. This is about becoming undeniable. And the only way to become undeniable is to outlast everyone who thought you couldn't. Keep showing up. It won't always be fair. You'll see lazy people win. You'll see cheaters win. You'll see people talk their way into rooms you earn and still get left out. It'll piss you off. Let it. Then use that rage. Channel it. Use it to fuel the days you don't feel like doing anything. Use it to write the chapters of your life no one thought you'd finish. You want freedom? Discipline is the gatekeeper. You want peace? Show me your habits. You want confidence? Stack your wins. You want clarity? Sit with your chaos and fight your way out. Do the damn work. There is no mentor coming to save you. There is no podcast that will do the push-ups for you. No book will build your business. No quote will fix your relationships. No tweet will transform your body. All of that comes down to one thing: action. Daily, boring, repetitive, soul-testing action. And if you can embrace that, if you can fall in love with the unsexy parts of your goals, you'll build something no one can take. Some days, you're going to doubt the point of all this. You're going to wonder if you're crazy for trying. You'll wonder why your path is harder, why nothing seems to be clicking, why you're putting in all this effort and not seeing the reward yet. That's normal. It's called resistance. It's called the wall. It's the price of admission. It shows up not because you're doing something wrong, but because you're doing something right. You're breaking away from the average, and average will always pull back. Average doesn't like to be abandoned. You have to fight through the fog. You have to be your own rescue mission. Nobody owes you understanding. Nobody owes you encouragement. If you get it, great, but don't depend on it. You have to be the one who says, I'm not done. When your body wants rest, and your mind wants comfort, and your soul wants out, you say, not yet. That's how you win. This is the truth no one wants to say. Most people won't make it, not because they can't, but because they won't stick with it long enough. Not because they don't have talent, but because they don't have consistency. They'll chase a goal for 2 weeks and quit because they're not seeing results. They'll jump from plan to plan, person to person, trying to shortcut their way to significance. But you're not built like that. You don't need the guarantee. You don't need permission. You don't need to see the whole staircase. You just take the first step, every damn day. Do the damn work. When you're tired, when you're broke, when you're lonely, when you're confused, when you're heartbroken, when you're uninspired, when the world forgets you, when your friends vanish, when nothing makes sense. Do the work anyway, because every day you show up is a vote for the person you're becoming, and every time you don't, you cast a vote for the old you, the one you said you were done with. Don't let that version win. Don't let comfort steal your crown. You get one life, one shot at this. Don't waste it talking. Don't waste it waiting. Don't waste it pleasing people who aren't even paying attention. You are not here to live small. You are not here to be safe. You are not here to be liked. You are here to build something real, something strong, something that lasts, something that echoes. You want to be someone? Earn it. You want to be respected? Earn it. You want to change your last name's reputation? Break generational cycles? Be the one in your bloodline who didn't fold under pressure? And stand up and do the damn work. You can pray. You can cry. You can scream into your pillow. But until your actions match your ambitions, it's all noise. Wasted potential. Everyone's got potential, but that don't mean a thing if you don't apply pressure. Potential without pressure is just fantasy. What separates the people who talk from the people who make it is movement, relentless forward motion, no matter what. And yes, it's gonna hurt. It's going to test you. That's the point. That's how you grow. You think champions are born with some special magic? They aren't. They bleed. They doubt. They fail. They cry in silence. But the next day, they go back to war, over and over, until the war becomes home, until the pain becomes fuel, until the discipline becomes freedom. There are going to be people in your life who tell you to slow down. They'll say you're obsessed, you're too serious, you need to live a little. But understand, most people's version of living is dying slowly with distractions. They don't want you to change because it reminds them they haven't. They'll smile while they plant doubt. They'll hug you while they hope you quit. That's why you stay dangerous. You keep building. You don't announce every win. You don't post every step. You don't look for approval. You just execute. You don't get emotional about setbacks. You don't get loud about success. You stay calm. You stay grounded. You move like someone with nothing to prove and everything to become. And don't lie to yourself. Don't say you're grinding when you're half-assing. Don't say you want it when your actions look like you don't. Every skipped session, every excuse, every wasted hour, you're telling the universe you're not ready. So don't be shocked when you don't get what you claim you want. Do the damn work. And not just the visible stuff. Not just the gym pics or the hustle montages. I'm talking about the invisible work. The mental reps. The conversations you have with yourself. The habits you build in private. The character you sharpen when no one's clapping. That's the real work. That's the unshakable core. The discipline that doesn't collapse under pressure. The mindset that bends but never breaks. You've got to build an inner world so strong that no outer storm can shake it. That's what the work does. That's why it matters. Not for followers, not for attention, not for revenge, but because it's the only way to live with yourself when the lights are off. There's no cheat code to this. No overnight transformation. You don't suddenly wake up as a champion. You build it slowly, repetitively, painfully. One rep, one page, one decision at a time. Most people quit in the early stages because they thought success would feel good the whole way. They thought it'd be quick. They thought they'd go viral. They didn't know there'd be weeks, months, maybe years where nothing clicks, where you show up and give it everything, and the world still doesn't clap. That's where most people fold, but not you. You're going to sit in that silence and keep going. You're going to lift while they laugh. You're going to study while they sleep. You're going to bleed while they post. And when the day comes, and it will come, when it finally clicks, when the break finally comes, when the results finally show up, you won't even flinch, because you'll know it wasn't luck. It was work, earned, not given. And when they say you changed, you'll say, damn right I did. I got tired of being average. I got tired of feeling stuck. I got tired of lying to myself, so I showed up, over and over. And now I don't flinch. I don't fold. I don't beg. I build. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. You don't need the loudest voice. You need the loudest work ethic, the loudest mindset. You need to walk like someone who's been through fire and came out forged. You want the power to change your life? It's in your hands. No one else's. Not your boss, not your parents, not your past, not your followers. You. You're the one who gets to choose how today ends. You're the one who decides if you get better or stay stuck. You're the one who decides whether you become a story people tell or a warning people repeat. So if you're sitting there wondering, where do I start? Start with now. Start with silence. Start with pain. Start with doubt. Start with fear, but start. Start scared. Start messy. Start with trembling hands. But for God's sake, start. And once you start, don't stop. Not when it hurts. Not when it's boring. Not when it's hard. Not when they laugh. Not when it looks impossible. You go until you don't recognize the person you were when you began. That's the reward. You become someone you can't lie to anymore. Someone who doesn't break promises to themselves. Someone who doesn't hide behind excuses or stories or soft habits. You become someone real, grounded, focused, untouchable. You don't just do the work. You become the work. You want something? Go the extra mile. That's the price. That's the secret. That's the code most people never live by. Everyone wants success, but nobody wants to suffer. Nobody wants to push past the breaking point. They want the dream, but not the cost. They want to win, but not bleed for it. Listen, if it was easy, it would be crowded. It's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to break you, test you, mold you. And only when you've been crushed, shattered, emptied out, that's when the real work begins. That's when you go again. That's when you go the extra mile. The extra mile is silent. No one claps, no one sees it. No one tells you good job. It's you alone doing reps while the gym's empty. It's you studying while everyone else is asleep. It's you outworking everybody on a Sunday. You bleed alone. You sacrifice in silence. You cry in the dark. But that's what separates the lions from the lambs. That's where greatness is born. See, everybody shows up on day one. Everybody's hyped at the start. Motivation is cheap. Energy is everywhere. But what happens when it's boring? What happens when it's day 97 and you haven't seen progress? What happens when the lights are off, when nobody's posting your success, when you're doubting if it's even worth it? That's when most quit. That's where most turn back. But you keep going, you show up again, you give more, you go the extra mile. Because here's the truth. The extra mile is where legends are made. The extra mile is where you lap everybody who gave up. The extra mile is what builds the edge. Not talent, not luck, not gifts. Work. Relentless, savage, unbreakable work. The kind of work that bends your bones and crushes your excuses. The kind of work that turns you into a monster, a machine, a storm that can't be stopped. People will say you've changed. Good. That's the point. Evolve, upgrade, separate. They'll say you don't come around anymore. You're too obsessed. You're too serious. Yeah, I am. Because I'm not trying to live average. I'm not trying to blend in. I'm not trying to impress anybody. I'm trying to win. I'm trying to leave something behind. I'm trying to be remembered. The extra mile doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't care if you're tired. It doesn't care if life's unfair. It doesn't care if you're scared. And neither should you. You push through. You rise anyway. You go harder. You get up earlier. You go to sleep later. You cut the comfort. You reject the soft life. You earn your place. You build your name. Brick by brick. Hour by hour. Sacrifice by sacrifice. Until one day, the world asks, how did you do it? And all you'll say is, I went the extra mile. Let's be clear, this isn't for everyone. This isn't a path for the faint-hearted. This is war. This is blood. This is sacrifice. You want luxury? You want freedom? You want your family proud? You want to make history? Then go earn it. Get uncomfortable. Outwork your past. Outwork your fears. Outwork your competition. Go so far into the grind that you forget what quitting feels like. When people sleep, you work. When they relax, you train. When they give up, you double down. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need applause. You don't need luck. You need commitment. Ruthless commitment. You need that fire inside you that doesn't go out when it rains. That hunger that doesn't leave just because you had a good day. That pain that turns into fuel. Don't wait to feel ready. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for someone to tell you to go. Go now. While your back's against the wall. Go now. While you're broke. While you're unknown. While you've got nothing but a dream and grit. Go the extra mile. Because you'll find that mile is empty. No traffic, no crowd, just opportunity, just dominance, just greatness waiting to be claimed. And when you feel like quitting, when your muscles scream and your heart says enough, you smile. You smile because that's the sign. That's the sign. You're almost there. That's the pain you earn before you level up. That's the price. Don't fear it. Embrace it. Love the struggle. Welcome the suffering. It's shaping you. It's sculpting you. It's taking you from average to savage. So ask yourself right now, did I go the extra mile today? Did I give everything? Or did I coast? Did I check the box? Or did I dominate? Because the difference between I tried and I conquered is how far you were willing to go. No one is going to save you. No one is coming. This is on you. It's always been on you. So if you're tired of the pain, tired of being stuck, tired of wondering why nothing changes, here's the truth. You haven't gone far enough. You haven't bled enough. You haven't suffered enough. Go back in, go deeper, go farther. The road to success is littered with people who quit at the 90-yard line. Don't be one of them. Be the one who finishes the job. Be the one who breaks the wall. Be the one who proves them all wrong. They counted you out. They doubted you. They whispered you'd never make it. Good. Let them talk. Let them sleep. Let them scroll. Let them gossip. While they're wasting time, you're getting better. There's no glory in almost. There's no pride in what if. There's no success in playing it safe. You only get one shot at this life, one chance to make it count. So why would you do the bare minimum? Why would you waste time? Why would you hold back? Go the extra mile. Squeeze every drop of effort from your body. Empty the tank. And when you think you've got nothing left, go again. Because that's where your power lives. You want to change your life? Change what you tolerate. Change what you accept from yourself. Raise your standards. Hold yourself accountable. If you say you're going to do it, do it. If you promise yourself you'll change, then change. Be the type of person who does what they said they would do, long after the mood they said it in has left. Discipline, focus, grit. That's what it takes. Everyone wants the glory, but no one wants the grind. Everyone wants the spotlight, but no one wants the work in the dark. But you're different. You're built for this. You're born for this. You're not here to participate. You're here to dominate. You're not here to survive. You're here to conquer. This isn't just about work. This is about identity. Who are you? When it's hard, who are you? When the lights are off and no one's watching, who are you? When everything falls apart, who are you? Be the one who stands tall. Be the one who finishes strong. Be the one who went the extra mile. Because when the dust settles and the world tries to name the ones who never gave up, the ones who became more, the ones who created something from nothing, they will speak your name and you will smile because you know you earned it. Because you know you didn't skip a single rep, a single step.
Let it mark the path so you can see how far you've come. You doubt? Good. Use it. Prove yourself wrong. Let the doubt fuel the fire. Let the fire power your next move. Let your next move shake the ground. The difference between people who dream and people who do is the extra mile. It's not about who's smarter, not about who's stronger. It's about who's willing to bleed for it, who's willing to crawl through the dirt, who's willing to eat shit for years and smile while doing it. That's what it takes. That's what it always takes. You want freedom? Go the extra mile. You want peace? Go the extra mile. You want revenge, respect, legacy? Go the extra mile. Because everything you want is just outside your comfort zone. Everything you want is hiding behind discipline. And most people will never get there because they think pressure is punishment. It's not. Pressure is privilege. Pressure is proof that you're doing something worth doing. So now, here you are, standing on the edge, looking down the road. The extra mile stretches ahead. It's quiet, it's dark, it's lonely. But you smile, because this is where you were meant to be. This is where the greats were made. This is where your story changes. This is where your old self dies and the new self is born. You want to know why I go the extra mile? Because I remember what it was like to be average. I remember what it was like to be overlooked, forgotten, dismissed. I remember what it was like to feel powerless. But not anymore, not now. Now I write my own rules. Now I build my own empire. Now I control the narrative. Go the extra mile. Not for the applause, but for the silence. The silence of knowing you gave everything. The silence of no regrets. The silence of power, of clarity, of knowing that whatever comes next, you're ready. That's peace. That's dominance. That's freedom. So when your legs shake, when your lungs burn, when your heart is pounding out of your chest, go again. Push harder. Dig deeper. Because that moment, right there, is what the others never touch. That's what they avoid. That's where they quit. And that's why they lose. But you're still standing. You're still swinging. You're still breathing. That means you've got more to give. So give it. Bleed for it. Hurt for it. Sacrifice for it. Because if you do, you'll never be ordinary again. You'll never wonder what if. You'll never question if you gave enough. You'll know, deep down, you'll know you went the extra mile. You know what separates the greats from the rest? It's not talent. It's not money. It's not connections. It's grit. It's resilience. It's hunger. The greats are the ones who show up on the worst day of their lives and act like it's game day. The greats go the extra mile every day. When it's raining, when they're broke, when their body is screaming at them to stop, they still go. Because deep down, they understand that every step past enough is a step toward unstoppable. You don't get to complain and rise at the same time. You don't get to make excuses and be elite. You pick. You either live in comfort
or you live in conquest. You can't have both. You want success? Then stop expecting it to feel good. Stop expecting it to come easy. There is no luxury in pursuit, only sacrifice. Go the extra mile when it's inconvenient. Go the extra mile when you're tired, when you're doubting yourself, when no one believes in you. That's when it matters most. That's when champions are made. That's when you stack wins that can't be seen but can be felt. Every small choice, every hard decision, every moment you choose to show up instead of give up, it adds up. And one day, that mountain of discipline you built will be the reason they can't catch you. People ask, how do I stay motivated? The answer is, you don't. You don't rely on motivation. You rely on character, on standards, on commitment. Motivation is a spark, but the extra mile, that's a furnace. That's heat every day. That's built from purpose, pain, and persistence. Most people wait to feel like it. You go when you don't. That's how you win. Let's talk about failure. Let's talk about falling flat on your face. You will. You're supposed to. That's part of the deal. The extra mile is paved with broken attempts and second chances. But if you stay down, you lose. So get up. Always get up. Wipe the blood off. Spit the dirt out of your mouth. Get back in the fight. You've come too far to quit. You've suffered too much to fold. Don't waste the pain. Turn it into fuel. Going the extra mile doesn't just change your results. It changes you. You become someone new, someone forged, someone unbreakable. You start walking different, talking different, thinking different. You walk into rooms, and people feel your presence before you say a word, because they can see it. You've been through it. You've done the work, and you didn't stop when it got tough. You started when it got tough. The extra mile is lonely, but it's honest. It doesn't lie to you. It doesn't flatter you. It demands the truth. It pulls the weakness out of you. It demands strength, ownership, control. And if you meet its standard, it rewards you with something no shortcut ever will: self-respect. You'll walk past the people who took the easy way out. You'll see them looking your way, jealous, confused, asking how you did it, and you'll just smile, because they could have. They had the same 24 hours, the same chances. They just didn't go. They didn't bleed, they didn't sacrifice, they wanted it, but not enough. So the next time you feel tired, don't quit, lean in. The next time you feel fear, don't run, charge. The next time you fail, don't sulk, rise. That's the way, that's the blueprint. That's the only way this works. No more waiting, no more hoping, no more someday. You start now, you start here. Go the extra mile when no one's watching, when there's no spotlight, no trophy, no medal, just the grind, just the echo of your footsteps in the dirt. And keep walking, because every step you take in pain now will echo as power later. This is not about being the best in the world. It's about being the best for your world. It's about showing up for your future family, for the people who believe in you, for the kid you used to be, for the dream that hasn't died inside you. You owe them that. You owe you that. Because there's nothing worse than regret. There's nothing heavier than, I could have. Don't carry that, burn it, and build something in its place. Build proof, build legacy, build something so damn strong that nobody ever forgets what you did with your life. Go the extra mile, and if you're already there, go one more. Life doesn't wait. It moves, with or without your permission. You keep waiting for a sign, for someone to get it, to validate you, to save you. But no one's coming. You already have what you need. You just forgot. The world doesn't owe you closure. Happiness won't land in your lap. You've got to chase it down, drag it from the dirt, build it when you've got nothing left. You don't choose what breaks your heart, but you do choose whether you stay broken. Everyone has scars. The only question is, do you hide them or wear them like armor? Let them teach you. Let them guide you. Every mistake, every missed shot, every sleepless night, convinced you weren't enough. That's your blueprint. That's the map to who you're meant to be. People will tell you to calm down, be realistic, blend in. Ignore them. That's their fear talking. Use it as fuel. Be brave. Be relentless in your pursuit of meaning. Show up when it's easier to disappear. Speak when your voice shakes. Keep going, even when the door slams in your face. Every no is one step closer to the yes that changes everything. Some days you'll want to quit. You'll feel like it's pointless. But you keep going, not because it's easy, but because something deep inside still matters. Bigger than comfort, bigger than pride, bigger than the lies you've told yourself. You can, you always could. Maybe this is the moment you stop hiding and start building something real. Keep going, keep breathing, keep fighting. Don't just exist. Burn, shine. Make them remember you were here. The world doesn't reward potential, it rewards action. You can sit there with all your brilliance and it means nothing if you never move. So move. Limp if you have to, cry if you need to, but go. Those voices in your head saying it's too late, that you failed too much, they lie. They're fear, dressed up as logic. Don't believe them. The truth is, there are no guarantees. You'll never feel totally ready. You won't have the perfect plan or timing. All you have is now, and now is everything. So write the book, make the call, start the business. Say what you've been too scared to say. Live in a way that makes your younger self proud, and your future self grateful. You want to change your life? Do one brave thing today, then another tomorrow. Then keep going, even when no one's watching, even when no one claps. Especially then. That's when it counts. That's when transformation happens. In the quiet, when it's just you and your choice to keep showing up. You can't fake that. You can't shortcut it. It's not curated or glamorous. It's real, and real always wins. Pain can shape you, loss can teach you, but only if you stop running, stop numbing.
But only if you stop running, stop numbing, stop pretending you're fine. Fine is a cage. Burn it down, get honest, get uncomfortable. Your story doesn't end in failure unless you let it. So get up, go again, let life hit hard, and stand anyway. Show the world what resilience looks like. Show yourself. You've carried the weight this long, not to be crushed by it, but to be built by it. So breathe, roll your shoulders back, look in the mirror, and remember who the hell you are. You are not your worst moment, not your lowest grade, your ugliest breakup, or your biggest regret. You are what you choose next. Every time you wanted to quit and didn't, that counted. Every breakdown you survived to see another morning, that meant something. Don't downplay survival. Don't dismiss endurance. That's the kind of strength the world doesn't know how to measure. Everyone talks about success like it's this glossy finish line. But success is quiet. It's gritty. It's the unseen moments when you don't give in, when you ignore the version of yourself that wanted to disappear. You didn't. That matters. Maybe you're not where you thought you'd be, still building, still trying, still stumbling. So what? You're still moving, and that counts. Progress isn't always loud. Growth doesn't always look like victory. Sometimes it's just not quitting. Sometimes it's surviving one more day. Let that be enough, because momentum builds, confidence builds, not from perfection, but from proof. Proof that you didn't stop, that you're still here. And if you're still here, the story isn't over, not even close.
You've got more in you, more to give, more to fight for. Don't believe the lie that says your past defines you. It doesn't. You're not the person who made those mistakes. You're the person who learned from them. That's the line between stuck and forward. And if it feels like no one sees how hard you're trying, good. That means you're doing it for you. That means it's real. Keep that. Protect it. Let them doubt you. Let them talk. Then outwork them. Outgrow them. Outlive every low expectation.
You don't owe anyone a version of yourself that makes them comfortable. Break the mold. Rewrite the story. Own it. All of it. The heartbreak. The wins. The mess. The magic. Make it mean something. This life is yours. Grab it. Don't wait for perfect timing. Don't wait for fear to leave. It won't. That's not how courage works. Courage shows up when fear is screaming, and you move anyway. That's the difference between people who live and people who coast. Not thoughts, not intentions, action. You can dream forever, but dreams rot without work. Sweat for them, bleed for them. Build your life, not a perfect one, but a real one. Messy, raw, yours. A life where you don't shrink to fit, where you don't filter your fire. Burn. Let it scare them. Let it inspire them. Let it remind them they can do it too. Because here's the truth. Everyone's scared. Everyone's stumbling in the dark, looking for something that feels like purpose. But the ones who change their lives, they stop pretending they're fearless and start moving anyway. You don't need to fake confidence, just refuse to freeze. That's real power. Not control over what happens, but control over who you become because of it. So when life hits, and it will, don't fold. Rise. Maybe not with a roar, maybe just with one quiet, stubborn breath that says, I'm not done. That's enough. That's how it begins. One moment, one decision, one refusal to settle. Stop waiting. This is your time, not tomorrow, now. Get up, go, be the storm. Be the storm that shakes the ground you walk on. Be the force they didn't see coming, the one they tried to dismiss, ignore, overlook, until they couldn't. Until your presence demanded attention, not because you asked for it, but because you earned it. With grit, with fire, with a drive no one can teach, only feel. Here's what they won't tell you. Real power isn't loud, it's steady. It's showing up every day when no one's clapping. It's choosing discipline when motivation dies. It's finding meaning in the repetition, purpose in the grind. That's where the real change happens, in the quiet. When it's just you, and no one's watching, and you still choose to keep going. Yeah, that's scary. It's easier to let life happen than to shape it with your own hands. But easy doesn't change you. Easy doesn't make steel. Fire does. Pressure does. And right now, you're in it. Good. That means you're being forged, sharpened, refined. Don't run. Don't numb it. Let it mold you. Let it make you dangerous. The pain, part of it. The doubt, fuel. Use it. Let every no make you louder. Let every failure become foundation. Brick by brutal brick, build something untouchable. You, the version of you that doesn't flinch, that doesn't wait for perfect, because perfect is a lie. Start messy, start scared, just start. And when you fall, and you will, get up faster. Wipe the blood off your mouth and grin. You're still here, still swinging.
That's what makes you unstoppable. Unstoppable isn't flashy. It's not filtered or loud. It's showing up tired, doing the work with no thanks. Standing when everything inside screams to sit, failing and trying again, and again, and again. Quitting is easy. That's why most people do it. You're not most people. You've got a fire that doesn't die just because the world gets cold. You've got a force inside you that refuses to shrink. Stop waiting for a shot. Take it. Own your space. You weren't made to blend in. You weren't made to be quiet. You were made to break patterns, to prove it's possible. If no one claps, clap for yourself. If no one believes in you, believe harder. Be your own storm. Be your own reason. The world owes you nothing, but you owe yourself everything. A shot at peace, at purpose, at a life that doesn't haunt you at night. This is your fight. And you win the moment you decide you're not done. So stop waiting, stop wishing, start doing, start becoming. You don't need more time, you need more guts, and you've got them. You always have. This is the part no one shows. The grind, the silence, the doubt, the nights where it's just you and your thoughts. No crowd, no cheer, just effort. That's where greatness is built. Not in comfort, not in convenience. In the brutal, quiet hours where no one's watching, and you still care enough to give it everything. That's what legends are made of. Not talent, not luck, heart. The kind that keeps going when it's bleeding. The kind that doesn't know how to quit. And yeah, they'll tell you to slow down, to be realistic, to play safe, smile, then go harder, because they don't have to live with your what if. You do, and that should scare you. What if you don't try? What if you let fear win? What if you live your whole life shrinking just to keep others comfortable? That's not a life. That's a slow death. So rip the net out from under yourself. Bet on your grind, on your hunger, on your pain. It's been shaping you for this. Every scar, every failure, every heartbreak. Not the end, the training. Now you rise. Not because it's fair, not because it's easy, but because you can. And deep down, you've always known it. So don't flinch now, don't fold when it gets heavy, lean in. Pressure isn't the enemy, it's the forge. It burns away the soft parts and leaves you unbreakable, fire-tested, steel. You don't need guarantees, you need grit. You need to remember that every day you wake up and choose to keep going, you're already ahead of the version of you that gave up. That's the real win. That's the scoreboard, not likes, not titles, not applause. It's who you become when no one's clapping, who you become when quitting would have been easier. And if today is hard, good. Hard means it matters. Hard means it's worth it. Comfort is a trap disguised as peace. Don't fall for it. Don't sit down just because the seat's warm. You were built to move, to shake things, to matter. Maybe you don't have all the answers. Maybe the past's still foggy. So what? Light your own way, draw the map as you walk it. That's how the greats did it, not by waiting, but by moving, by walking through the fire and daring it to stop them. So here you are, bruised, maybe, tired probably, but undefeated, still breathing, still swinging. And that's the most dangerous kind of person, the one who's been through hell and decided to keep going anyway. Once you realize you can survive the worst days of your life, fear has nothing left to hold over you. Rock bottom isn't the end, it's the foundation. You build from there, stronger, smarter, hungrier. You stop knocking politely and start kicking doors down. You stop asking for permission and become it. People will talk, let them doubt, let them whisper. You weren't made for their comfort, you were made to disrupt, to rise. You're not here to blend in, you're here to stand out. Shift energy, change minds, leave echoes. You think the pain broke you? Look again. It built you. gave you edge, depth, fire. And that fire, it stays lit. Not because life gets easier, but because you keep showing up for yourself. That's the flex. Not that you never fell, but that you never stayed down. So keep climbing. Even if it's slow, even if it's messy, every step is proof you haven't given up on yourself. And that's rare. Most people quit when it gets real, but not you. You're still here, still rising, and you're just getting started. There's a reason the fire inside you hasn't gone out, not after all this. Some part of you still knows you're not done, not even close. You haven't hit your stride, you haven't seen your final form. Here's the truth no one tells you. Your potential isn't behind you, it's ahead, waiting, daring you to reach for it. And yeah, it'll cost you. You'll trade comfort for growth, doubt for discipline. You'll lose some people. Good. Anyone who can't handle your rise isn't built for your future. This journey is personal, it's raw, and it's yours. So make it count. Stack your days with small wins. Build momentum with grit, not hype. Be the kind of person who shows up regardless of how they feel. That's how you get somewhere. That's how you earn your name. Your story doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to be real, honest, written in your handwriting, not someone else's script. You've already survived enough to prove your toughness. Now show the world you're ready to thrive. Fight like your best is still ahead, because it is. And when that voice creeps in, the one whispering you're not enough, talk back. Say, watch me. Say, I'm still here. Say, I'm not done. Then prove it. Every damn day. Every damn day you show up, you stack bricks. Not always pretty, not always straight, but they add up. They build something real, something unshakable. They build you into someone who doesn't fold the first time life swings, into someone who understands pressure isn't the enemy, it's the test, the one that asks, how bad do you want it? And your answer has to be louder than fear, louder than doubt, louder than the excuses you've rehearsed your whole life. You want different? Do different. You want change? Then change. It's not magic. It's not fate. It's not luck. It's showing up over and over until the world can't ignore what you've built. And yeah, it'll take longer than you hoped. You'll fall more than you planned. So what? That's part of the price. You earn your strength by walking through what others avoid. You earn peace by fighting for it. You earn clarity in the fog. Because nothing good comes easy, and nothing real comes without a choice. So what's yours? Comfort or growth? Fear or forward? You already know. You wouldn't still be here if you didn't. So move. Bleed for it. Believe in it. And whatever you do, don't stop. Don't stop when it's hard. Don't stop when it's quiet. Don't stop when no one's watching, texting, clapping. That's the grind. That's the line between the ones who talk and the ones who become. Most people start hot, full of fire, but when the spark fades, they fade too. Not you. You move without hype. You keep going when motivation's gone. You turn discipline into fuel. You build habits that hold steady when the fire doesn't. Greatness isn't a mood, it's a decision. A decision to keep rising, keep swinging, keep saying again, no matter what. Yeah, it'll take everything. But that's the point, you've got to give everything. If you want something that lasts, stop waiting, stop overthinking, stop checking to see who's watching. They'll see when it's done. They'll hear the echo of your steps when you're already on the next mountain. Because once you get a taste of your own power, your real unfiltered potential, there's no going back. You weren't built to settle, you were made to rise. And rise you will, bloody knuckles, tired soul, full heart.
Not because it's easy, but because you made yourself a promise and you're going to keep it. Be that guy who breaks the cycle. The one who stands up when everyone else stays sitting. The one who says, no more, when everyone else shrugs and accepts it. You were not put on this earth to follow a broken path. You were born to create a new one. I'm not talking about motivation you feel for a few minutes. I'm talking about obsession. I'm talking about rewiring your brain to demand more from yourself every day, no matter how you feel, no matter what happened yesterday, no matter what anyone thinks. You wake up and your first thought is, I don't want to do this. Guess what? Do it anyway. That's what makes you different. That's what makes you dangerous. That's what makes you that guy, the one who breaks the damn cycle. You were raised around excuses, raised around people who settle, raised in a system built to keep you stuck. And you're going to tell me you're just going to accept that? You're going to pass that down to the next generation? No, not you, not anymore. It ends with you. The pain, the fear, the procrastination, the failure. It all ends here. No one's going to hand you a new life. No one's going to show up and force you to level up. This world doesn't give out success like candy. You have to take it, rip it, bleed for it. You want change. Change hurts. It's going to make you cry. It's going to make you question yourself. It's going to break you before it builds you. But that's how it works. That's the process. That's the price of becoming that guy. The guy who did what no one else could. The guy who woke up every day and said, I'm not going out like this. You weren't made to be average. You weren't made to sit at a job you hate, go home to a life you tolerate, and lie to yourself every night before you sleep, saying, maybe tomorrow I'll start. There is no tomorrow. Tomorrow is for people who play it safe. Tomorrow is for people who stay stuck in the cycle. You want to be that guy? Then act like it. Start today. Right now. Break the cycle of laziness. Break the cycle of quitting. Break the cycle of talking and not doing. You said you wanted it, so prove it. The old you, the one who hits snooze, skips the workout, avoids the hard conversation. That guy's dead. He had his chance. This is the new you. The one who finishes what he starts. The one who shows up even when he's tired, when he's broke, when he's alone, especially when he's alone. There are people who have never seen what real commitment looks like. Be the one who shows them. Be the one who makes your family proud, even if they don't get it yet. Be the one who builds the body, the business, the legacy. Be the one who doesn't blame the past, but uses it as fuel. Be the one who doesn't just dream, but executes. You are not your father's mistakes. You are not your friend's bad habits. You are not your environment. You are what you choose to become. You choose to show up. You choose to fight. You choose to outwork everyone around you. You choose to break the damn cycle. You say, I'm tired, and you still go. You say, I'm scared, and you still act. That's what makes you different.
That's what makes you that guy. Nobody's coming to save you. You already know that. Stop waiting for someone to believe in you. Stop waiting for the world to cheer for you. Be your own fan. Be your own coach. Be your own army. The old you played small. The old you made excuses. The new you, he doesn't ask for permission. He doesn't explain himself. He doesn't slow down for anyone. You want to break the cycle? You better be willing to be misunderstood. You better be ready to walk alone. You better be prepared to outlast them all. Most people fold. Most people settle. Most people live in circles of regret, comfort, and fear. You live in the grind. You live in the uncomfortable. You live where most people quit. You make your home in hard work. It's not about motivation. It's about discipline. Motivation is cute. Discipline is lethal. Discipline is what gets you up when no one is watching. Discipline is what makes you keep going when nothing around you is changing. Discipline is what separates that guy from everyone else. You don't get to break the cycle if you quit when it's hard. You don't get to break the cycle if you only show up when it feels good. You break the cycle when you stop lying to yourself, when you stop giving yourself outs, when you say, "This time it's different," and you back it up with action. Forget what they said about you. Forget the times you failed. Forget the years you wasted. None of it matters if you decide, right now, to be the one who breaks the cycle. That's your power, the power of a decision, a real decision, one you can't take back, one that lights a fire so deep in your chest that nothing can put it out. Not fear, not failure, not fatigue, nothing. You break the cycle every time you say no to the easy way, every time you push through the pain, every time you keep going when your body says stop. You break the cycle when you stop playing small and start living large, living like someone who knows what they're here for. You're here to win. You're here to rise. You're here to go so far past what anyone expected of you that your name becomes a blueprint for what's possible. That's the life you're building now. That's the man you're becoming now. You are becoming that guy, the one they remember, the one who made it out, the one who refused to settle, the one who never let excuses win, the one who went all in. Be that guy who broke the chain of fear, the chain of addiction, the chain of comfort, the chain of good enough. Because good enough isn't good enough when you know you've got more inside you. You look around and everyone's stuck on autopilot. Same job, same complaints, same problems for years. You can't be that. You won't be that. You are not meant to repeat someone else's pattern. You are here to break it, destroy it, replace it with something better. You know what makes people uncomfortable? Consistency. Real, raw, unshakable consistency. That guy who never misses a workout. That guy who still works when everyone else clocks out. That guy who's building a future while everyone else is watching TV. That guy is different. That guy is dangerous. That guy is you. But only if you stop trying to be liked. Only if you stop caring about opinions. Only if you learn how to suffer in silence, how to stay focused in chaos, and how to stay hungry when you're already full. People are going to laugh. Let them. People are going to doubt. Let them. People are going to tell you to slow down, take a break, don't burn out. But they don't get it. You're not chasing comfort. You're chasing freedom. You're chasing peace. You're chasing respect. Not from others, from yourself. Self-respect. That's what happens when you do what you said you would do. When you stack days. When you build your legacy one decision at a time. You're not addicted to progress. You're committed to it. You're not doing this for a quick high or a post on social media. You're doing this because you made a promise to yourself. A quiet promise. One that no one heard, but you will never break. Because you remember what it felt like to be lost. You remember what it felt like to hate who you were becoming. You remember looking in the mirror and seeing someone who quit on themselves. Not anymore. Never again. You think this life comes easy? You think the people at the top didn't suffer? They suffered. Longer than everyone else. They didn't run when it got ugly. They embraced the ugly. They made it their home. That's the difference. That's the edge. And that's what you have to become if you're going to break the cycle. You want to be happy? Earn it. Earn your peace. Earn your pride. Earn your freedom. And you earn it by showing up when nobody claps for you. You earn it by building in silence, by sacrificing the moment for the mission, by choosing the pain of discipline over the pain of regret. Be that guy who stops blaming his past. Be that guy who doesn't need pity, who doesn't need validation, who doesn't need anyone to pat him on the back. Be the guy who works in the dark, in the cold, in the quiet, when it's just him, his pain, and the promise he made. Be that guy who gets up even when he doesn't want to, especially when he doesn't want to. You want something real? Then do something real. Shut out the noise. Lock in. Set a schedule. Keep the schedule. Train harder. Work smarter. Stay focused. Say no to things that don't push you forward. Say yes to struggle. Say yes to hard days. Say yes to being underestimated. You're not here to play their game. You're here to break the board. They'll doubt you until they fear you. They'll ignore you until they need you. Let your results speak. Let your discipline scream. Let your consistency tell them what you're about. No shortcuts, no free passes, no whining. Just you versus you. Every day, every hour, every rep, every step. You are not stuck. You are not broken. You are not too late. You are not too old. You are not too anything. You are just one decision away from being that guy. The guy who didn't just want it. The guy who earned it. Who paid the price and didn't ask for a receipt. Who showed up tired. Who worked when nobody was watching. Who became what everyone said he couldn't. You know how this ends. It ends with them watching you do the thing they all said was impossible. It ends with them asking how you did it, and you won't say anything. You'll just smile, nod, and keep going. Because by then you'll understand, you're not doing it for them. You never were. You're doing it because this is who you are now. This is the standard now. This is your life now. Keep going, keep grinding, keep growing. Stay sharp, stay focused, stay ready. When you break the cycle, you don't just free yourself. You free everyone watching you. Your little brother, your future son, your sister, your boys, your friends, the people you love. You show them what's possible. You show them what self-belief looks like. You become the proof. You are the storm. You are the shift. You are the disruption in a world full of sleepwalkers. Don't slow down. Don't settle. Don't be that guy who didn't fold. When life started swinging, when the pressure started building, when everything felt like it was against him, he stayed standing. Not because it was easy, not because he felt strong every day, but because he made a decision, a real decision, the kind you can't walk back from, the kind that changes the direction of everything. People talk about generational curses. People talk about the cycle of poverty, of abuse, of failure, of addiction, but here's the truth. It only takes one. One man to say, it ends here. One man to get up and do the work his father never did. One man to carry the pain instead of passing it down. One man to rise. so his kids don't have to dig their way out. Be that man. Be that fire. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be relentless. You don't need the answers. You need the attitude. You need the work ethic. You need the vision. You need the stomach to take hits and keep throwing punches. Be that guy who doesn't look for easy. Be that guy who looks for real. The cycle wants you tired. The cycle wants you bitter. The cycle wants you to believe it's just the way life is. But you've seen the truth. You've seen what happens when you push, when you get disciplined, when you control your mind, your habits, your time. You've seen results. And once you see them, you can't go back. People around you might be comfortable living small, dreaming small, thinking small, but that's not you. That can't be you. You weren't built for average. You weren't meant to blend in. You've got scars that turned into armor. You've got pain that became fuel. You've got goals that keep you up at night, not because you're afraid of failing, but because you're afraid of staying the same. Every time you show up, every time you do the hard thing, every time you rise when most would quit, you are building the man you said you'd be, and it shows. You feel it. Your words hit harder. Your presence gets stronger. The room shifts when you enter, not because you're loud, but because you've been through hell and kept going. You want peace. Earn it. You want respect. Bleed for it. You want freedom. Grind for it. That's the real currency. Time, energy, sacrifice, sweat. No one talks about this part. They show you the cars, the vacations, the wins, but behind all of that, years of work, years of doing things when it wasn't fun, when no one cared, when it felt like nothing was changing. Be that guy who kept showing up, not because someone made him, not because someone paid him, but because he refused to be average. He refused to settle. He refused to repeat what broke his family, what broke his past. He stared down his excuses and told them to shut the hell up. He told them, I've got work to do, and he did it. You're not behind. You're not late. You're just getting started. This is the part they don't show, the part where you break, the part where you cry in private, the part where you scream in silence, the part where you keep building, even when the blueprint is smeared in blood and sweat. But this is where you earn it. This is where you forge it. They'll call you lucky later. Let them. Let them have their stories. You'll have the proof. You'll have the receipts. You'll have the life they never had the guts to build. Because you did what most won't. You stayed in the fire. You lived in the grind. You built a new standard. You became the man that history remembers, not because of fame, but because of impact. Your kids won't grow up with the same demons. Your future won't carry the same weight, because you carried it, because you refused to pass it on, because you looked that pain in the face and said, come on, let's go. That's who you are now. You're that guy. The guy who didn't just wish for better, the guy who created it. Be that guy who doesn't flinch. When life gets ugly, when rent's due, when relationships break, when your body aches and your mind starts lying to you, you don't flinch. You adjust your grip, you lock your jaw, and you lean in. Because when the pressure shows up, that's when your identity shows up too. That's when we find out who you really are. Anyone can be motivated when it's easy. Anyone can talk big when they're comfortable, but only a few, a rare few, step up when it's dark, when it's hard, when it's lonely, and still find a way to move forward. Be that guy. You don't get to break the cycle by being soft. You don't get to change your story by being scared. You break it by making choices nobody else around you is willing to make. You say no to the party. You say yes to the extra hour of work. You skip the excuses and double down on effort. You stay consistent when nothing's paying off yet. You sharpen your mind when everyone else is scrolling their life away. Be the one who turns weakness into strength, who turns pain into focus, who takes everything they said you couldn't do and does it twice, loud, proud, and relentlessly. There's no cheat code. There's no easy way. You've already learned that. This world is cold, and it doesn't care how you feel. But that's fine, because you're not built to be protected. You're built to fight through it, built to lead, built to set a new standard. You think your kids will remember what car you drove, what watch you wore? Nah, they'll remember how hard you worked, how you never quit, how you changed your entire family's future. Be that guy who teaches others how to suffer with purpose. Be that guy who takes no shortcuts, who tells the truth even when it hurts, who doesn't back down just because something's hard. You've tried hiding from your potential. You've tried shrinking to make others comfortable. And what did it get you? Nothing but regret, and a voice in your head saying you're meant for more. So don't run anymore. Stand up, own your flaws, own your past, own every single failure. Then rise anyway. Get up with your mess, get up with your pain, get up with your broken heart, and your broken bank account, and your broken confidence, and move forward every day. This is not about ego. This is not about likes. This is not about clout. This is about legacy. This is about looking in the mirror and being proud of the man you see. It's about earning your self-respect every day. That means keeping your word. That means grinding when you don't feel like it. That means saying no to things that used to own you. You're not chasing hype. You're chasing power. The kind of power that comes from knowing you do what you say you're going to do. Every time. No matter what. Break the cycle of fear. Break the cycle of quitting. Break the cycle of hiding from greatness. Because that's what it is. It's not that you can't. It's that you're scared of what happens if you actually become who you're meant to be. Scared of the pressure. Scared of losing the people who only liked you when you were losing. But that's the price. That's the toll. You lose some comfort, but you gain your soul. Most people die the same person they were at 20. Same thoughts. Same mindset. Same excuses. Same life. You can't let that be you. Don't rot in a routine that doesn't serve you. Don't sleepwalk through your potential. Wake up and go all in. You don't need perfect genetics. You don't need rich parents. You need hunger. You need pain you're not afraid to use. You need a reason bigger than likes, bigger than money, bigger than applause. You need purpose. You need to be dangerous in the best way. Disciplined, focused, unstoppable. So be that guy. Be the one who takes nothing and turns it into something. Who takes doubt and turns it into drive. Who takes failure and turns it into a lesson. Be the one who's still going when everyone else gave up. This is not just about breaking the cycle. This is about starting a new one. A cycle of strength, of progress, of power, of presence, of purpose. Every time you get better, you plant a seed for the next one watching you. They may not say it, but they're watching. Your friends, your family, your coworkers, your kids, your future self. They're all watching to see if you'll fold or if you'll rise. Be that guy who doesn't fold.
He who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior.
Think about that for a second. Out of all the battles you could ever face, out of every opponent that could ever stand before you, none of them compares to the enemy within. The hardest enemy you'll ever face is you. Your doubts, your fears, your insecurities. They're louder than any critic, heavier than any weight. But here's the truth. If you can overcome yourself, you can overcome anything. Every single day,
you're fighting battles inside your mind. Every morning when that alarm goes off, the first battle starts. Your comfort says, stay in bed. It's warm. It's easy. Your discipline says, get up. Today matters. Which voice are you listening to? Because whichever voice you feed becomes your master. Comfort or discipline, every decision you make is shaping who you become. The real war isn't in a boxing ring or a battlefield. It's not in the gym or at your job. It's in your mind, every single moment of every single day. It's when you choose action instead of procrastination, when you choose courage instead of fear, when you choose determination instead of excuses. Each choice you make is building the warrior inside of you, brick by brick. Stop asking, why me? Start saying, try me. Flip the script. The strongest warriors don't complain about the fight, they embrace it. They're forged in fire, not comfort. They understand that struggle isn't punishment, struggle is preparation. Every challenge is making you stronger. Every setback is sharpening your sword. Every failure is teaching you how to win the next round. You can't control everything around you. Life will knock you down. Relationships will break. Careers will end. Health will falter. That's life. But what you can always control is your response. You control how you react. And mastering that reaction, mastering your mind, is the ultimate victory. When you conquer your emotions, your fears, your insecurities, nothing external can defeat you. Nothing can hold you down. There are two pains in this life, the pain of discipline and the pain of regret. Discipline weighs ounces, regret weighs tons. Every day you delay, every day you choose comfort, every day you let your fears win, you're stacking regret. And someday, regret will be so heavy, you'll wish you chose discipline. Discipline today frees you tomorrow.
Choose wisely. Choose now.
It's not talent that separates champions from everyone else. It's self-mastery. Talent fades, but the warrior inside never does. That inner voice that says, keep going, even when the world says stop, is your greatest asset. It's louder than applause, stronger than talent. It's the whisper in your heart that reminds you who you really are, what you're truly capable of. Ask yourself, what's really holding you back? Is it circumstances, or is it you? Because circumstances change constantly, but your mindset is yours alone. You own that battlefield. When life gets tough, you decide whether you break or whether you build. You're either building walls or building bridges. You're either closing yourself in or expanding outward. That choice is always yours. No one else can make it for you. You want greatness? Greatness demands everything. It demands the best version of you every single day. You don't get greatness by doing what's easy. You don't get greatness by following the crowd. You don't get greatness by settling. You get greatness by choosing to battle your inner weaknesses, relentlessly, day after day, until you emerge victorious. Until the warrior within stands undefeated, unconquerable, unstoppable. Remember, your greatest adversary is the reflection staring back at you in the mirror. The day you accept responsibility for conquering that opponent is the day you become truly powerful. Because when you conquer yourself,
No external enemy can stand in your way. You become invincible. Wake up, stand up, show up. Life doesn't reward those who stay comfortable. Life rewards the warriors willing to face the storm, who challenge themselves relentlessly, who refuse to settle for mediocrity. Are you going to stay comfortable, or are you going to conquer the battle within? Are you going to remain trapped in the prison of your mind, or are you going to break free and master yourself? Every single day is a choice. Choose wisely. The warrior inside is waiting. Let today be the day you rise and say, enough is enough. Let today be the day you declare war on your limitations, your fears, your doubts. Let today be the day you start to conquer yourself, one step, one decision, one moment at a time. He who conquers himself is a warrior who commands his own destiny. No longer are you the victim of circumstance, drifting aimlessly with the current. You become the captain, steering your life through storms and calm waters alike, guided by a clear, powerful vision. When you master yourself, life stops happening to you and starts happening for you. Every obstacle becomes an opportunity. Every challenge becomes fuel. You see life differently because you've changed how you see yourself. What are you waiting for? There's never going to be a perfect moment to start fighting for your dreams. That moment doesn't exist. Conditions will never be ideal. The path will never be clear. Great warriors don't wait for perfect conditions. They create them. They make the first move, strike first, act decisively. The hesitation and waiting end now. Today is the day you draw the line. Today is the day you say, this is my life, and I will no longer let fear rule me. It's easy to say, I'll start tomorrow, but warriors know tomorrow isn't promised. Your biggest battle is always fought in the present moment. Right now, you must conquer the enemy of delay, because delay steals your potential, your ambition, your strength. Warriors understand the power of now. They seize it, shape it, and claim it. Tomorrow never arrives for the weak-hearted, only for those brave enough to act today. Your comfort zone will kill your dreams faster than any enemy ever could. Comfort zones are safe, predictable, and comfortable, but nothing extraordinary ever grows there. To become the warrior you are destined to be, you must step boldly beyond comfort. You must seek challenge, invite discomfort, and embrace uncertainty. Greatness lives outside your comfort zone. Greatness demands courage. It demands you to take risks, to fail, to learn, and to rise again. Choose courage over comfort every single day. You don't get stronger by doing what's easy. Warriors understand that growth happens only under pressure, through resistance, by choosing the difficult path. The more you push yourself, the stronger you become. The more battles you fight and overcome internally, the more equipped you are to handle life's biggest challenges. Inner strength isn't given, it's earned in moments of hardship, when quitting seems easy, but you push forward anyway. Think about your goals. Now think about why you haven't reached them yet. What's the real reason? Chances are it's not because of resources, or circumstances, or luck. It's because somewhere deep down, you haven't fully committed. You haven't conquered that part of you that still fears failure or rejection. You're still holding back. But a true warrior doesn't hold back. A warrior goes all in, full throttle, completely committed. Your dreams deserve nothing less. Understand that every choice you make is a vote for who you're becoming. If you skip that workout, if you ignore your goals, if you choose comfort again and again, you're voting to be weak, average, and unfulfilled. But when you choose discipline, when you push through discomfort, when you face challenges head on, you're voting for greatness, for strength, for a future worth living. Every single choice counts. Every choice matters. Self-mastery isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. You will stumble. You will fall. Warriors don't avoid failure. They embrace it. They know that every failure teaches something essential. They learn from every setback, stand back up, and continue fighting. Because warriors know the only way to truly lose is to stop fighting, to surrender to comfort and fear. And warriors don't surrender, ever. Imagine looking back on your life. Imagine seeing clearly every missed opportunity, every moment you chose ease over action, every day you chose fear over courage. Imagine the pain of regret. Now imagine a different path. Imagine looking back at your life knowing you gave everything you had, knowing you faced every fear head on, knowing you never backed down from the battles that mattered. That's the life of a warrior. No regrets, only victories, earned through relentless self-conquest. Who will you choose to be? Will you be the warrior who masters yourself, or will you be the victim of your own mind? This decision is yours alone. No one can make it for you. Not your parents, your friends, your teachers, or your mentors. The responsibility is yours. Own it. Embrace it. Rise up and conquer. Life is too short to remain weak. Too precious to waste trapped by fear and doubt. Choose strength. Choose discipline. Choose courage. Choose today. Right now, take your first step forward, even if it's small, because even the smallest step forward conquers the voice inside that says you can't. Each step builds momentum, builds strength, builds confidence, and soon you're running toward your dreams, unstoppable. Every warrior who changed the world first conquered themselves. They mastered their minds, controlled their emotions, disciplined their actions. They knew the hardest battle wasn't against an external enemy, it was within. They knew that victory over self meant victory over everything. Your heroes didn't have easier paths, they just refused to surrender when things got hard. They conquered their inner battles first, and then conquered the world around them. Now, it's your turn. You have the power to change your life. You have the strength within you, even if you don't see it yet. It's there, waiting to be unleashed. But you must choose to release it. You must decide that today, you become a warrior. Today, you start the journey of conquering yourself. Today, you declare war on everything holding you back. Remember, no external battle is greater than the war within. The day you conquer yourself is the day you become the mightiest warrior of all. And on that day, you become truly unstoppable. The warrior who masters himself doesn't seek praise from others. The applause of the world isn't his fuel. His true reward comes from knowing he conquered the toughest opponent he'll ever face. His own doubts, his own fears, his own weakness. He knows real victory isn't measured by the trophies you hold, but by the battles you faced and conquered within. Every moment, every choice, every action or inaction shapes your destiny. You have the power, right now, to change the story you're telling yourself. If your current story doesn't inspire you, rewrite it. You're the author. No one else holds the pen. Take it back. Write your own narrative of strength, determination, and courage. Write yourself as the hero who overcame every obstacle, not the victim who surrendered at the first sign of struggle. There's no magic solution, no quick fix, no secret shortcut to greatness. It's earned, step by painful step. Self-conquest demands discipline. It demands sacrifice. It demands relentless consistency, even when no one is watching, especially when no one is watching. That's what separates true warriors from the rest. They don't seek instant gratification. They seek lasting transformation. They're willing to pay the price today for the reward tomorrow. The easiest path leads nowhere meaningful. It promises comfort, but delivers emptiness. Warriors recognize this. They intentionally choose the path that's difficult, challenging, and uncomfortable, knowing it's the path to greatness. The warrior inside you doesn't shy away from discomfort. It thrives on it. It knows that pain is temporary, but growth is permanent. It knows that today's struggle becomes tomorrow's strength. Think deeply about who you want to become. Visualize that person clearly. Now, ask yourself honestly, are your daily actions moving you closer to that version of yourself or further away? Every single action is either pushing you forward or pulling you backward. There is no neutral ground. You either advance or retreat. Choose your actions wisely. Let every decision, big or small, reflect the warrior within you. Be brutally honest with yourself. Stop making excuses for why you haven't done what you said you would do. Excuses weaken you, drain your power, and undermine your potential. Take responsibility for everything in your life. Own your mistakes. Own your setbacks. Own your victories. Responsibility strengthens you. It empowers you. It puts you back in control of your destiny. The only true defeat is when you quit. Warriors understand that quitting is not an option, no matter how tough the fight becomes. They know that resilience isn't just getting up after falling down once. It's getting up again and again, every time life knocks you down. It's choosing perseverance over despair. It's choosing hope over surrender. It's choosing action over passivity, every single time. You may not control what happens to you, but you always control how you respond. When life hands you a storm, you can hide, or you can use the wind to propel you forward. Warriors embrace storms. They don't avoid them. They navigate through them. They understand that the fiercest storms create the strongest sailors. They know that struggle breeds strength, hardship breeds character, and challenges breed champions. The greatest power you have is the power of your mind. The stories you tell yourself shape your reality. If you constantly tell yourself you're weak, afraid, incapable, that becomes your truth. But if you tell yourself you're strong, brave, unstoppable, that becomes your truth. You become the story you believe. Change your story, change your life. Choose your narrative carefully. No one else can walk your path for you. Others can encourage you, inspire you, and support you. But ultimately, the battle within is yours alone. Embrace this truth. Don't fear solitude. Warriors thrive in solitude. It's in the quiet moments that you truly face yourself. It's in these moments that you truly understand who you are and who you can become. Embrace solitude as a chance to know yourself deeply, to conquer the noise within. Remember, great warriors are not born, they're built. They're built through continuous effort, relentless practice, and unwavering discipline. They understand greatness is never an accident. It's a deliberate choice made every day. They choose to show up, push through pain, learn from failure, and keep moving forward. This choice, repeated endlessly, is what creates legends. When fear whispers in your ear, whisper back louder, I'm stronger than you. When doubt tells you to quit, tell it, not today. When the world says, you can't, say back, watch me. Your inner warrior thrives on defiance against doubt, against fear, against limitation. Defy anything that tells you you're not enough. You are enough, strong enough, brave enough, resilient enough to overcome any obstacle. Your legacy won't be defined by your successes alone, but by how you handled your failures, your setbacks, your darkest moments. Did you run away? Did you hide? Or did you stand your ground, face the challenge, and rise again, stronger than ever? Your ability to conquer yourself during adversity is your greatest legacy. Let your legacy be one of strength, courage, and unstoppable determination. The world needs warriors, those who master themselves, who lead by example, who inspire through their actions. Become that warrior. Show others what is possible when you commit fully. when you refuse to be defined by your circumstances, when you master your inner world, your journey won't just change your life. It will change the lives of everyone watching you.
Be that guy who breaks the cycle. The one who stands up when everyone else stays sitting. The one who says, no more, when everyone else shrugs and accepts it. You were not put on this earth to follow a broken path. You were born to create a new one. I'm not talking about motivation you feel for a few minutes. I'm talking about obsession. I'm talking about rewiring your brain to demand more from yourself every day, no matter how you feel, no matter what happened yesterday, no matter what anyone thinks. You wake up and your first thought is, I don't want to do this. Guess what? Do it anyway. That's what makes you different. That's what makes you dangerous. That's what makes you that guy, the one who breaks the damn cycle. You were raised around excuses, raised around people who settle, raised in a system built to keep you stuck. And you're going to tell me you're just going to accept that? You're going to pass that down to the next generation? No, not you. Not anymore. It ends with you. The pain, the fear, the procrastination, the failure. It all ends here. No one's going to hand you a new life. No one's going to show up and force you to level up. This world doesn't give out success like candy. You have to take it, rip it, bleed for it. You want change. Change hurts. It's going to make you cry. It's going to make you question yourself. It's going to break you before it builds you. But that's how it works. That's the process. That's the price of becoming that guy. The guy who did what no one else could. The guy who woke up every day and said, I'm not going out like this. You weren't made to be average. You weren't made to sit at a job you hate, go home to a life you tolerate, and lie to yourself every night before you sleep, saying, maybe tomorrow I'll start. There is no tomorrow. Tomorrow is for people who play it safe. Tomorrow is for people who stay stuck in the cycle. You want to be that guy? Then act like it. Start today. Right now. Break the cycle of laziness. Break the cycle of quitting. Break the cycle of talking and not doing. You said you wanted it, so prove it. The old you, the one who hits snooze, skips the workout, avoids the hard conversation. That guy's dead. He had his chance. This is the new you.